Hello all, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the "Oh my God, do I hurt" beer review. So yeah, for some reason my shoulder is like hurting. I have no idea why. I didn't like injure it yesterday or anything. I just woke up and I found I couldn't really lift my arm higher than this. So yeah, go figure. I mean, I, I can if I can have it over here, but as soon as it gets to well, like over over here, it's like ugh. So yeah, go and figure. Maybe tell me what's wrong with me. I don't know. So yeah, there's a couple beers my dad gave me a couple weeks ago to review. One of which I haven't reviewed. The other apparently I turned out I reviewed. So I'm going to be kind of re-reviewing that tomorrow and just talking about some other things maybe tomorrow because it's been 6 years. I barely remember it, but I actually do remember it, which is one thing, because it was it was kind of an interesting beer, and I'll see if I still find it interesting after all these years. But for tonight, we're reviewing something I haven't actually drank, which is the Lawn Chair Lager, which is a 4.5 ABV American lager. So very, very basic, not too challenging, obviously. And these are summer beers. Let's see here. When is this good to? Well, November 2021. So yeah, still within. So for those lazy summer days, kicking back with a cooler of cold beers and good friends, try this crisp, refreshing lager featuring Huell Melon Hops from Bavaria with a hint of honeydew and strawberry. I remember those hops. They're pretty interesting hops. So yeah, 4.5 ABV. I'm going to be pouring it into my busted lager glass here. And let's get to this, shall we? So, a straw yellow with a fizzy to frothy white head. Redolent of those flowery and fruity Huell Melon hops. I really do like the smell of them. They're just so, piquant, and they're not really in your face. Nicely carbonated visually. And let's get this onto the palate now, shall we? Light and refreshing. Somewhat the taste of crackery malts in the mids. With a brief two-style amount of hop burst up front. It continues into the finish and then ends more or less pretty cleanly. Just a slight bit of malts there. Hop bitterness is pretty minimal. Maybe a bit more than your average American lager. Well, what's nice is it has that kind of fruity Huell Melon hop characteristic. More as a effervescent top note that you sense in your nose after you've drank it. It's not so much on the palate. This is really crushable. You just kind of want to pound it, especially if you're like me and you're pretty thirsty. I just had a Baconator for dinner. So yeah, this is the kind of beer you want to wash down a Baconator with. You may ask, what am I having for dessert? Well, an ube donut and an entire dragon fruit, because I love dragon fruit. Unless you think I'm not healthy, I did eat some lettuce for a salad. I need my greens. So again, not too complex, but a decent example of the style. Light, refreshing. What hop character and malt character is there is interesting. No real off notes. All in all, just a crushable summer beer right now as we push on into September, which is still pretty summery here in Hawaii. But it's starting to end now, mainly because how you know that that summer has ended in Hawaii when you go and like start busting out the blankets. So usually you don't sleep with any blankets in Hawaii during the summer for obvious reasons. It's still pretty hot and sweaty at night. But I busted out blankets. Probably only going to need one thin blanket. Winter is basically the coldest parts of winter is 3 blanket weather. Right now, it's just the one thin blanket. And all of you mainlanders, especially those up north, are probably like, you would see our winter cold weather as like your guys' summer nights. But yeah, but that's cold to me, so I'm a little bit glad that it's getting just a wee bit cooler now. And so with that, we toast off summer with this lawn chair lager from Samuel Adams. And folks, that is your beer review for this evening. Cheers.